Hey everyone, happy Friday evening. It's your host John here. I'm wearing a pink Hawaiian-ish kind of shirt. Here to play some Immaculate Grid. Going for that low rarity score and the low time. I've done all right on the time this week. I've been struggling on the rarity score, one thing after another. So I think it's been a few days since I actually got one. So that's not really what I've been probably. Of course, I refuse to use players I've already used on the timed round. I do the timed round first, so that's at least a semi-decent excuse. But anyway, let's share a screen. Let's get into it. Let's just play. Let's see if I can actually get both. Yeah, no hitter. I was not going to be good at that one. So these were all pretty high, and then I wasn't able to name a second guy. Um, let's hit refresh. Let's hit play, and away we go. All right, let's see here. Kevin Apier hits both teams. Gary Matthews Jr. hits both these teams. Gotta get the right one. That's the right one. Let's see here. Goes again. That's a pretty rare one, actually. John Olerud played first base. So did Rafael Palmeiro. So did Tony Perez. And let's see, over here, Gooden certainly works. Nolan Ryan works. And I'm going to go with, I believe Johnny Cato is a decently safe pick. All right, 52 seconds. Got the timed version. Hit a lot of very high rarity scores here. Pretty much all the way around, except in this category. I might have gone a little too low on this. 2%, 1%, 1%. Yeah, I don't know if I have another really good one for the Angels and Mets. I might have blown it on that one. Fergosi, maybe? Jim Fergosi was traded for Nolan Ryan. Maybe that one. See if I come up with anyone else. And then down here, Jose Guillen is definitely yeah, a frequent one that's usually sub 1%. So maybe I shouldn't have done that. Yeah, well, I got under a minute, so that one is good. I'm gonna stop share reshare. As soon as I find it. And let's hit refresh. Refresh on that failure. All right. So trying to find really rare people who work. Um, let's see. Maybe like Lee Stevens played a little first base. I think Frank Howard played a bit of first base. I think he hit both the outfield and first base. Mike Hegan will definitely work for the Rangers. Let's see here. Do we go? Gary Pettis has been pretty good for me. Let's see if that streak continues. He gets 1%, which I think what I got. Maybe I got 2% with Gary Matthews Sr. Let's see. Angels and Reds. Angels and Reds. That's a weird combo. Lou Burdette played for the Angels. I wonder if he ever played for the Reds. Same with Norm Seaburn does not work. I know that much for sure. Maybe or did Orlando Cabrera? There was a shortstop for the Reds who moved to the Angels when they already had Andrelton Simmons, like circa 2016-17 time frame. I'm just forgetting who that was. Um, over here, I think I'm gonna go Lee Stevens. I think it's decently rare. All right, and then I mean, it's Klazuski. Lee May would be an interesting pick, but that's still probably a few percent. I think up here actually. Now that I think about it, speaking of trades, let's just go Jim Fregosi. Let's see how good that is. That's pretty high. Okay. All right. Probably shouldn't have done that. Let's see, other first baseman for the Mets. Obviously, Keith Hernandez is probably the most frequent one. My mind went right to John Olerud because he was first baseman of the Mets when I started watching baseball. Carlos Delgado is in there from about '06 to '09 or so. Uh, Mike Piazza will work. I'm very confident that he slid into first base for a handful of games. Um, Todd Zeile probably works. I mean, he was mainly a third base. I'm trying to remember when Zeile was a Met though. I know he played for the Mets at some point. He might have slid into first base. Well, he should never slide into first base, but spent some time over there. Eddie Murray works. It's probably not. I gotta just try to think of someone like. Did the Mets ever like put Jose Reyes over there for some reason, or let's see, Rusty Staub? I think he played a little first base, but I'm never really sure with these outfield corner outfield infield guys. Or sorry, corner outfield first base guys is really the way to describe the class of player I'm thinking of. Um, who was the Reds' first baseman in between Sean Casey and Joey Votto? That's a pretty unique span of time. Ooh, Josh Hamilton works, but I think that's going to be pretty high. Um, Man, yeah, that one's throwing me for a little bit of a loop. Um, Same thing over here. I mean, the Reds have not had like I think Jose Rio might work. I think this has come up several times, and Mike Minor, who's fairly recent and had exactly 200 strikeouts, I think in 2021, I thought, whatever year it was, maybe it was 2019. It was a full season because he got 200 strikeouts. Um, and then I mean David Cohn works, Dwight Gooden works. Well, we played Gooden. I'm not sure on Mike Hampton in his one season. I'm not sure on Al Leiter. Jacob deGrom, of course, will work. Not sure on maybe Zach Wheeler. Um, Pedro Martinez. Not sure if he still had enough sauce by like '05 to be striking out 200 people. Maybe. He had like one really good year with the Mets. I don't think Glavine gets there. Glavine wasn't really a big strikeout guy. Um, Tom Seaver, of course, works. I don't know about Koosman. I don't know how much of a strikeout guy Jerry Koosman was. I also don't know if like Frank Thomas was mainly an outfielder. I want to say he might have played first base a little bit, and that would work for either of these. Or maybe just one or the other, or neither. Those are all the options. I think he was a little bit of both. And I still haven't thought of anyone really good for the Angels and Reds. I went right with Jose Guillen. And in the moment here, I'm kind of struggling to come up with someone else. Bob Boone played for the Angels and managed the Reds, but I don't think he ever played for the Reds. Um, yeah, let's see here. We've got the Angels. If you're just kind of going around the horn a little bit, Ruben Sierra ever make it with the Angels? I know he played like a season with the Reds. Let's see. Other possible contenders. I don't know. Eddie Taubensee, no. Sean Casey, Dimitri Young, no and no. Brett Boone, no. Aaron Boone, no. Willie Green, don't think so. Pokey Reese, no. Barry Larkin, obviously not. Ken Griffey Jr., no. Greg Vaughn, no. Mike Cameron, no. Michael Tucker, perhaps. Um, Alex Ochoa, former Milwaukee Brewer. I have a foul ball caught by him. He hits both teams, right? He does indeed. 0.2. He's even pictured in the Reds. He has an action shot of him running the bases with an intense look on his face. So that's pretty cool. Um, so yeah, Reds first baseman's just been Votto for a long time. I guess Dunn probably played a fair amount of first base. And then you get Casey, maybe a little Dimitri Young. Um, Hal Morris, I think, would have played first base with the Reds. He just didn't play a lot of other positions. Um, Ted Kluszewski. Let's try Hal Morris. 3%. Seems high. Oh well. First baseman, let's see. I can't come up with anyone in between. Well, I guess it was Keith Hernandez and then Eddie Murray for a couple seasons, and then I'm not sure who comes in between Murray and Olerud in kind of the mid 90s. Olerud's there by 97 or so. He plays 3 seasons. Maybe I just go with Piazza, but I don't think that's particularly sneaky. I think people are onto that. All right, I'm gonna go. Let's try out Frank Thomas. Woo! So that one was pretty good. Um, and then 200 strikeouts, man. I always struggle with this one. I wonder if Tom Seaver ever struck out 200 with the Reds, because if he did, it would he would have drawn some heat off this one. And of course, we know that. Yeah, I mean, I've got some guesses, right? Al Leiter, maybe Bobby Jones. He was a pretty good pitcher for a little bit. Pedro Martinez. Um, and then down here, I don't know, like was Nuxall a strikeout pitcher? Vandermeer? Did Christy Mathewson play long enough in Cincinnati? I don't know if he played a full season. Um, Pete Harnich, was he a 200 strikeout guy? I'm not sure. Arroyo? No, I don't think Arroyo was. I don't think Arroyo was throwing that much gas. Harang? I don't even know. No. Volquez maybe? Essen Volquez? Bunch of names that I'm all equal in. Jose Rio, what about him? He was too good for too long though. All right, I've been dancing around. Let's try Edison Volquez. Edinson Volquez. All right, he works and takes 4%. All right, I'm gonna go for Koosman. Let's see if he got there. Oh, he did. 5%. Okay, so not super low, but let's just take a quick gander here. And yeah, I don't know if I was gonna go super low on any of these, like not sub 1% when there's only that many options. I certainly could have done better on some of these, but um, all good. I'll take a 23 after striking out so many times. I was Joey Gallo a little bit with these picks, and it ended up working out. So thanks a lot for playing, and have a wonderful weekend. I'll be back at tomorrow. Peace.